Intimacy is abiding in the Word. You're going to do that, you're going to know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And by truth, he doesn't mean some abstract concept. He's not saying you're going to know all these Bible verses. He's not saying you're going to know the ins and outs of the Trinity. He's saying you're going to know God. God is the truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And you're going to know him intimately and powerfully, and that is going to create freedom in your life. Freedom that you were designed to enjoy, freedom without which you can't enjoy life as you were meant to enjoy it. Which you take that definition of freedom and you compare it with our cultural definition of freedom, the two couldn't be further apart. I mean, you think about our cultural mantra, the way to be free in our culture is to be true to yourself. You do you, man. You know who you are. You figure it out, and you be true to you, and you'll be free. Who cares what they think? Who cares what God thinks? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It matters what you think about yourself. You be true to you, and you'll be free. The only problem with that is that if we have to know ourselves in order to be free, we're all in a bunch of trouble because we don't even know what we want half the time, right? I mean, think about it. I've used this illustration before, but in my life, there are two desires that I feel simultaneously that contradict one another. I want to be healthy and fit. I want to be able to look in the mirror and not throw up in my mouth a little bit. While at the same time, I have a deep desire for Butterfinger Blizzards. It's a daily experience. If it's not Butterfinger Blizzards, it's Chick-fil-A ice cream cone. It's a Chick-fil-A milkshake. Something about the texture and the temperature of ice cream lights me up. It's just so good. And those two contradict one another. And which would create more freedom in my life? Well, of course, being fit and healthy. And I want those things, and that's going to position me to experience freedom. And yet I have this other desire that contradicts that. And if I did what I desired, then I would be always totally confused and torn. And Christians understand this because Christians believe you've got two natures. You've got if you're a Christian, you've got the Holy Spirit living inside of you, giving you supernatural desires, giving you a capacity and an ability to please God and to live for God and to love God and to flourish as a human being because you're living out in your own person His design for humanity. And so you worship God with your body, you worship God with your speech, and that creates freedom, while at the same time we've got the old man, the flesh, sometimes we call it, and you feed the flesh. Maybe you do that, you go to this party, you get angry at that person, you're not going to forgive this person, you do this with your finances. You're living according to the flesh, and you've got this battle going on, and you know this if you're a Christian. The more you feed the flesh, the more slavery you begin to experience spiritually, which is why Jesus said, you want freedom, then abide in the Word, know the truth, live out the truth, be obedient to the truth.